Right now, you can tell me exactly what time it is. You probably haven't gone more than 5 minutes today without knowing it. Even when you're not looking at a clock, the awareness is there. A soft pressure that tells you how much of the day has passed and how much remains. It's so automatic you stopped noticing it years ago. But for almost the entire span of human existence, this awareness did not exist. Not for kings, not for priests, not for anyone. For roughly 297,000 of the 300,000 years that modern humans have walked this planet, no one alive could tell you the time. Not because they were primitive, but because the concept itself did not exist. The hour did not exist. The minute did not exist. The second was unimaginable. Time, as you experience it, is a technology. And it's younger than agriculture, younger than writing, younger than most religions you've heard of. Look at the dates. The first reliably dated sundials appeared in ancient Egypt around 1500 BCE, available to a handful of people in elite courts. Mechanical clocks didn't appear until the 14th century, in monasteries that needed to signal prayer. The minute hand wasn't added until the 1500s. The second hand didn't spread until the 1700s. Synchronized public time across cities was an invention of the railroad era around the 1840s. Affordable wristwatches didn't become common until after the First World War. Read that again. Time, as you understand it, is barely 200 years old. Your great-great-grandparents almost certainly lived in a world where the exact hour was something only the wealthy or powerful knew. And before them, every ancestor in your direct line, back to the first humans in Africa, lived in a world where, "What time is it?" had no meaningful answer. So what did they do? How did they know when to wake, eat, gather, act? They used something we've almost entirely lost the ability to access. They used their bodies as clocks. Inside every cell of your body right now is a microscopic timekeeper running on a roughly 24-hour cycle. The circadian rhythm, from the Latin circa diem, around a day. This internal clock is older than humans, older than the eye, older than warm-bloodedness. Almost every organism on Earth runs on a version of it. Before external clocks existed, this internal rhythm was the most accurate time-telling device any person had. Your ancestors did not need a sundial to know when to eat. Their bodies told them. They did not need a watch to know when to sleep. Their bodies announced it. And it wasn't only biology. They read the sky. For 300,000 years, the sun, the moon, and the stars were the most reliable clocks any human had. By the sun's position, your ancestors could tell the hour with an accuracy that startles modern people who try it. They read the season by which constellations appeared at twilight. They knew which animals moved at which hour, which plants opened at dawn. The world around them was a living calendar, and they could read it. Anthropologists living with the last hunter-gatherer societies have documented people who know the time of day, the month, and the year with a precision that doesn't match clock time, but matches biological and ecological time perfectly. Who know when fruit is ripening 50 miles away. Who can tell how long until dawn, just from subtle changes in the light, the temperature, the animal sounds. This is not magic. It's what humans evolved to do, and we've walked away from all of it. Then, around the 14th century, monks built mechanical clocks to signal prayer hours. These early clocks were wildly inaccurate, often gaining or losing half an hour a day. But they had a power biological time did not. They could be made identical. The same clock could ring the same moment for everyone in earshot, regardless of how anyone's body felt. Time became external, impersonal. Something imposed on you rather than rising from inside you. Then came the bell towers, the public clocks, the railroad timetables that forced distant towns to agree on the precise moment so trains wouldn't crash. The factory whistles that summoned workers to assembly lines at exact times. In a few short centuries, Humans went from a species whose time came from inside their own bodies to a species whose time came from machines on walls. And the ancient ability to know what time it was without checking slowly began to atrophy. The Roman playwright Plautus watched this happen in his own city. After the first public sundial was installed in Rome around 263 BCE, he wrote a furious passage that survived 2,000 years. He cursed the man who first divided the day into hours, who made his life miserable, because now his stomach was told when to be hungry instead of simply being hungry. His life had become a matter of consulting an instrument instead of feeling his own existence. Plautus was the first person we know of to feel the loss. He was not the last. I'm honestly curious how far this still reaches. Comment the city you're in and the exact time it is there right now, because the strange thing is, every single one of us will be able to answer instantly, and not one of our ancestors could have. But here's what almost no one tells you. Your body still knows. Beneath the noise, the older system is still running. The reason you feel wrecked after a long-haul flight isn't only the cabin air, it's that your internal clock is still set to the place you left. The reason shift workers have measurably worse health isn't only social. It's that their bodies are being forced to run on a clock that contradicts the one inside them, and that contradiction wears them down over decades. The reason a single week camping in true wilderness reliably restores natural sleep cycles isn't mysterious. It's because the old internal clock, the one your ancestors lived by for 300,000 years, is still there, still functional, still waiting for the right signals to take over from the modern one that's been overriding it your whole life. So the next time you glance at a clock for no reason, or feel that anxious pressure when you don't know what time it is, or notice you've checked your phone 4 times in the last hour just to know the time, pay attention to what you're doing. You're reaching outside your own body for an answer that, for hundreds of thousands of years, came from inside it. You've outsourced one of the deepest capacities of human consciousness, the felt sense of duration and rhythm, to a machine. And the price is something most people never name. The quiet feeling that hours blur, that days disappear, that years pass faster than they used to. That feeling is not your imagination. It's what happens when you live entirely on borrowed time. Time that comes from outside. Time that's measured but never felt. Your ancestors had less of it, but the time they had, they actually lived inside. If this made you look at the clock differently, the like button helps this reach the people who think about these things. In the comments, when was the last time you went a full day without checking the time? And what did it feel like? Subscribe if you want to keep noticing the parts of your life you've been performing on autopilot.